We're going to be talking about the Chanel holiday collection. I purchased 3 things from this collection. I don't believe this is available online, at least not in the US. I went through my sales associate at the Chanel beauty store in Miami. I will leave his information down below in my description box. If you're interested in getting in touch with him, he is able to sell these products to you before they arrive on the website and in stores. I did end up purchasing the dual highlighter. It's the Duo Lumiere, and it is the Illuminating Powder Duo. Very generic name. It does come in the holiday packaging with the gold CC emblem on the cover. And here is a close look at this beautiful, beautiful pan. Look at those sequins. It's so gorgeous. So here are some swatches of the 2 shades in here. So obviously the top is a little bit deeper. The bottom one is very, very white. And the bottom one almost looks like a topper. It is very, very thin, very, very sparkly. The top shade, the deeper shade, is a little bit more dense. Both are very, very sparkly. That's the first word that comes to mind when I see these. So if you like a highlighter that's like really, really smooth, I'm not sure if this is gonna be for you, but we're gonna go ahead and put all of these things on so you'll be able to see what it looks like on my cheeks. I do think it is incredibly appropriate and really, really great for the holidays. So that is the Duo Lumiere. I did also get the eyeshadow palette, of course, the Lumiere Graphique eyeshadow palette. It is a 5-pan palette, and it's one of those more rectangular shaped palettes. You guys, now I haven't put any of these on my face, but this looks gorgeous. So here's a close-up of the palette and what you'll see when you open up the palette. And here is a close-up of the pans. Again, we have the sequin motif on the pans, which is so beautiful. And we've got 5 really gorgeous, I mean, you guys know that I just like started salivating when I saw this palette. The color story is so up my alley. It's just these beautiful neutrals. We've got that little sparkle there at the end with that silver shade. And all of these shadows are like a baked gel powder. So I'm extremely excited to be trying out this palette. So we'll do that as well. And then I did pick up one of the new lip products. So this is the Rouge Allure Lac. This is the box that it comes in. And here is the packaging. So it's described as an ultra wear shine liquid lip color. Now this formula is not new, but this shade is. So I have the shade 90 Golden Beige, and here is what the doe foot applicator looks like, and here is a swatch of Golden Beige. I didn't realize it was going to be so peachy, but I really love it. I love the finish of it, and I think it's going to be very, very complimentary to the highlight and the eyeshadow palette. So I'm excited to try that as well. And I do like the formula of these lacs. They're very, very comfortable. Anyway, let's get on with application. So I do have on foundation, concealer, bronzer, blush. I'm at the point where I'm gonna put on some highlight. And everything that I have on my face, I'll link down below in my description box. It'll also probably pop up here, the little products button. So the Duo Lumiere does come with this flat little brush, which I'm not gonna use. I like my brushes a little like less flat, basically. So I'm gonna grab this Bobbi Brown sheer powder brush. It has very long bristles. And I'm gonna use this the way I think I would, which is basically just swirl both of these shades together. I'm not gonna use like just one. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna swirl between both. And there is quite a bit of kick up, again, because it is quite sparkly. And I'm just gonna apply right here. The base of this powder is very, very metallic, but then there are sparkly bits all over. And because of those sparkly bits, I feel like there's a little bit of fallout. Like I see some sparkly bits kind of going down my cheek. But this metallic sheen is very, very intense. And I'm gonna take a close look here. I wanna see how sparkly it is. Yeah, it is quite sparkly. I actually see it in my hair. So it's got like a really intense kind of highlight base, and then there's like sparkly bits on top. And I'm going to take an old school Sonia G fan brush, and I'm going to work this in. And I wonder if I'm able to brush away the sparkly bits and just leave that metallic sheen there. No, I still see some of the sparkly bits. Okay, so those are there to stay. So I would definitely say if you like a little bit of a micro glitter, sparkly effect to your highlights, you're gonna love this. If you're into maybe a little bit more of a sparkly look for the holidays, I think you'll like this. I like a smooth highlight, so I'll probably only be using this during the holidays. But I do like this base that I see. It is very, very reflective, very smooth. Nice. Okay, let me go ahead and apply to the other cheek. And this powder is really, really soft. I hope you guys can see this. I'm gonna zoom in here. One of the little sequins from here, a piece of it just fell off. That was after me just kind of jabbing my brush in there. So if you wanna really kind of keep this palette pristine, I would be very gentle with how you dip your brush in there. That is very high shine. Very, very high shine. All right. Very pretty. Very, very pretty Chanel. Now, I did want to compare this highlight with two others. One is probably one of my all-time favorite highlights. It is from a previous Chanel collection. I cannot recall which one, but I want to say at least a year ago. And, you know, they do so many limited edition products that I don't believe this is still available, but you guys will probably recognize this guy. This is the Plissé Lumière de Chanel. And I love this one. It's so smooth. And I do swatch them next to another, but I want to mention one more. So I thought, let me kind of compare it to this one, the current one. And then the other one I wanted to compare it to because I thought they actually looked very similar in the pan. When I opened up that one, I was kind of reminded of this one. Actually, let me hold them up, one next to the other. So they're both split pan. This one has a little bit more of like a rosy tint to it. This one is a little bit more yellow. But I remember thinking this one was not quite as smooth, that it was a little bit sparkly. So anyway, here are some swatches of all 5 of the highlights, basically. So I swatch on the left these two from, I didn't tell you the name of this one. This is the Duo des Camellias. And then there's the swatches of the current one, the sequins. This is the Duo Lumière. And then all the way on the right, I have a swatch of that Plissé de Chanel. So the Plissé, you can see, it's the most, I think it's the most dense. I think it is the smoothest out of all 5. And then I think the current one, the Duo Lumière, that one is a little bit brighter, a little bit more metallic than the Camellias one. The Camellias one, I don't know if you can tell through this, the swatch that I did, it's powdery. It's more powdery and less kind of sheeny and metallic than the other 3 swatches. So anyway, I just wanted to compare those mainly out of curiosity, but yeah, I thought those were, from what I have at least, like the ones I was most curious about in terms of how they compared. So I hope you found that helpful, but I'm gonna go ahead and just throw on some brows, and then we'll move on to the eyeshadow palette. Okay, here is the eyeshadow palette. You guys, I'm so excited for this. So this one is called the Lumière Graphique eyeshadow palette, and there are 5 pans in here. And here are some swatches, and I'm so excited. They're all gorgeous. I love that silver at the end. It's really, really beautiful. So I think I'm gonna start with this shade here, the 4th one over. It's the one that has, the only shade actually in here that has a little bit of warmth to it. And all of these shades have a little bit of, at least a little bit of a sheen to them. Most of them have like a little micro glitter in there. But I'm gonna apply this to the outer corner here. It's kind of close to my skin tone, but it is adding a nice sheen. All right, now I'm gonna go into this shade, which is like an antique gold, and I'm gonna deepen up the outer corner here. I really like the level of pigmentation. They're blending together beautifully. They're blending out beautifully. I love how reflective they are. They're not too reflective. There's just like a nice level. Oh, I really like these. Okay, I'm gonna grab a small pencil brush. I'm gonna go into this gold shade here, and I'm gonna put this on my inner corner. Ooh, that is very pretty. Just gonna take a blender and blend that all out. Yeah, these blend quite nicely, and I do not see any fallout, which is really great. Again, I'm gonna take a pencil brush here. I'm gonna go into the silver shade and put this in the tear duct area. Also gonna bring it in a little bit along my lash line. And I'm gonna take this Bobbi Brown smoky eyeliner brush and go into the black shade and line my eyes. So I got a ton of fallout from that black shadow. So this shadow may be a little bit too soft to use as an eyeliner. Usually I'm okay if I like press it into my lash line, but no, this just, it was like a cascade and I didn't pick up that much product. So I would not recommend using this as a liner, just maybe to kind of deepen up your look. Let me do something different for the other eye, otherwise it's gonna be a total mess. All right, I've got my Lisa Eldridge Black Treacle eyeliner here. And I'm just using that same Bobbi Brown brush to blend this out. Okay, I think they look even despite using two different products. Well, that is the eyeshadow palette. I love it. That black, I'm gonna have to figure out how to use it more as eyeshadow versus eyeliner. But you guys know I always go into that deep, deep shadow that they include in palettes. I always use that as eyeliner. It's just, I don't know, it's just what I like to do. Anyway, really gorgeous. Love that they're like a baked gel powder. It's just, oh, they just go on so seamlessly, so beautifully. Now let's move on to the Rouge Allure Lac. Oh, here it is. So again, this is the shade number 90, Golden Beige. Again, here is the packaging. And let me show you that swatch again. Really beautiful peach with like a golden sort of veil over it. This is giving me 70s, 80s vibes with this like frosty lip. But it's so good, isn't it? It's so good with the eyes. God, it works so well. So I just brightened up my camera a little bit because I noticed it was getting really dark in here. The weather here in Vegas has been very, very moody. It's been like randomly downpouring. Anyway, here is my final look using those Chanel holiday products. Really gorgeous. Again, I don't think these are available online, but I will leave my sales associate's information down below if you want to get in touch with him and make the purchase. He can also at least show you what else is available. Like I said, because it's not online, I'm not exactly sure what else is available. I just know that there's other nail polishes. There's definitely another Rouge Allure Lac. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.